The Humanities as a story about a creative human life and a sacred death. For the past several years, we have been seeing something unusual. Bookstores are filled with books on the humanities, and lectures on the humanities are packed with people. Yet on university campuses, departments of the humanities are often overlooked because they are considered not useful for getting a job. People worry about the future of the humanities, and at the same time, they turn to the humanities for comfort and ideas to reflect on. This contradiction itself may reveal the complex motif of being human. The word humanities literally means the motif of humans. The humanities are fields of study that bring together language, literature, history, and philosophy. From long ago, human beings have read the motifs of the sky, astronomy, and the motifs of rivers and land, geography. By reading constellations, choosing places to settle, and building roads, they gradually expanded their world. If mathematics grew from the process of reading the motifs of the sky and the earth, then the humanities grew from the careful observation of the human motif. The humanities tell stories about a creative life and a sacred death. They also form the academic foundation for understanding the motifs humans leave behind in everyday life. People do not easily recognize their own existence when they are completely alone. As they collide with others, lean on them, love them, and sometimes hate them, the question, "Who am I?" slowly begins to take shape. That is why the most important value in human relationships eventually comes down to a single word: love. Jesus emphasized love, the Buddha emphasized compassion, and Confucius emphasized benevolence. Through love between parents and children, husbands and wives, friends and neighbors, humanity has continued the seed of life. The love illuminated by the humanities shows us the ultimate purpose of our lives, and also reveals how easily people and societies fall apart when love disappears. Yet love too grows stronger through learning. To love someone well, we must first take an interest in that person. We also need to understand what kind of creative lives people before us lived, and how they accepted the end of their lives. Through stories found in literature, art, and biographies, the humanities place before us their joys and fears, their choices and regrets. Without properly learning these stories, we are bound to struggle to find happiness in our relationships with others. This is one of the great strengths of the humanities. The humanities also place great importance on history. Studying history is a way of learning both the wisdom and mistakes of those who came before us. By examining past choices and their outcomes, we understand where present problems began. When similar situations arise again, we gradually gain the ability to predict what kinds of results may follow. Just as we carefully identify variables one by one in a complicated equation, we discover repeating cause and effect relationships within history. Philosophy, which nurtures the power to think, is also essential. Philosophy asks questions such as, what is justice? What is love? How should we live? What is a good death? And does something called truth really exist? Some questions, like those in mathematics, can be solved clearly by setting up axioms and logic. However, most philosophical questions are not easily reduced to a single formula. Still, because these are questions no human can truly ignore, we continue to return to them again and again. When we learn what great thinkers thought about, how they lived, and how they faced their final moments, we too pause before questions we have long put off. In that moment, our perspective widens, allowing us to see the world from a higher level. Seeing the world from a higher level also helps us when we study mathematics. If the humanities are the discipline that asks, what should we ask, and what truly matters to human beings, then mathematics is the language that organizes the motifs revealed by those questions into numbers and symbols, shapes, and relationships. If something can be seen with our eyes and touched with our hands, we can give it a name and place it into a category. However, even living beings with clear forms maintain their shape according to invisible forces and laws. In nature, where creation and extinction occur at the same time, finding a stable pattern is never easy. To understand this complex world, experience alone is not enough. Only when we build humanistic knowledge through reading can we place side by side the motifs of nature revealed by mathematics and the motifs of life left behind by humans. If mathematics is the language that reads the motifs of nature, the humanities are the stories that trace the motif of humans.
Mathematics gives us the power to see farther and calculate more precisely, while the humanities ask us where we should go and what we must not lose. What kind of life will we create? What kind of death will we prepare for? And how far will we take responsibility for one another's happiness? Before these ancient questions, the humanities still remain by our side.